snowfall last night. Beautiful blue skies this morning. So I thought let's go to Loop of Fintry. Here we are. First time at Loop of Fintry, cannot wait to get down there. Find the composition, there's loads of waterfalls as you can see. Plenty to choose from. And all we really have to do is find the composition and waiting for the sun to come around a wee bit just to illuminate. But in the way of getting over there, hopefully go through some forests and some trees and find some nice compositions. Kind of minimal stuff obviously with the snow. That's what I'm looking for today. Think minimal, clearing the scene of too much distraction and taking the shot.
It's a day I really would have missed. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or
Just trying out some compositions, but try not to get too close as well because I don't want to disturb too much of the snow. What I'm waiting for is the sun. Sun is just over there. I really want it to come round quite a bit and just peek over the trees. Honestly, I think we're going to be a wee bit too long for that to happen, so what I'll probably do is just use the sun illuminating the backdrop, the actual gully that continues on through. You've got a nice kind of crop of trees up at the back there. You've got the other trees that have got snow on them, and I think that's going to be the composition. Do a long exposure, get some of the movement in the water. There's not an awful lot of wind, so all the other trees that are in the area, in the shot, aren't moving too much as well, so that's a good thing. Because a long exposure, they'll just be blurred as well, and it's not exactly what you're after. And yeah, so let's see how we get on. So we found a composition. The only issue we're kind of having at the moment is the wind is coming up the valley, and all the spray from the falls is hitting the camera. So I think the long exposure option is a non-starter because it's just going to be constantly sprayed and sprayed and sprayed. So what I've done here is put the f-stop to 22, so f22, ISO 50, and we're making it quite bright, so that's giving me a 1/4 of a second exposure, just enough just to capture that bit of movement without having the concern of needing to do this mid-shot. 2-second timer. And there we go, just nice and bright, nice and poppy. I think what I might do, just because of the rocks, I think I might... The weather's coming in as well, that's a pity. It's starting to grey up and it's coming this way. Still, what I'll do some bracketing, just to make sure we get the most out of the information in the rocks and all the darkness, because it's such, as you can imagine with the snow, it's such a bright scene. We really need to grab as much info as possible. So we'll do quite a wide bracket, a stop either side. Again, the 2 seconds. Nice. Bring those three together and that'll be that image done. I'd like to explore more, but there's it's renowned to be quite treacherous. People have fallen, people have lost equipment. I think there's been quite a few cameras dropped in the drink. And just with the fact that it's so snow covered, I really don't know where the edge is. I don't know where the rocks are. There's lots of greenery, but I don't know how deep that's going, so it's just not worth the risk of exploring much further. Yeah, it's a good one to get in the bag. It would have been nice, you know, if the sun was round just illuminating it, which is a shame. But just that weather, it's coming in, it's not going to allow any sun through, so quick stop, call it a day at that. And that's another one done and dusted. Well, that was interesting. Ended up getting a wee bit stuck on the way out of the loop of Fintry in the car. I had to reverse for about half a mile before it levelled off so I could turn the car, and even that was just complete chaos. Amazing I didn't go down a ditch. But we're on a road now that's been gritted, it's been scraped, and we're good to go. But I don't know where I'm going. I'm just driving on a road I know I can drive on without getting snowed in, and just looking for compositions off the road. As I said before when I was at Loop of Fintry, the weather has come in a wee bit, but there is still breaks in the cloud. Just hoping for the sun to come and find those breaks and maybe illuminate something. As I said, simple, minimalistic, that's the kind of thing I'm after. Just a nice isolation of trees, all that kind of stuff, you know, the dark trees with the snow underneath it. And just a simple, minimalist composition. That's really what I'm after with the sun illuminating the subject. So I'll just keep on driving through some beautiful little villages and towns. It's absolutely gorgeous, and keep an eye peeled for a possible photograph. So a decision's been made. I am currently on the west side of Loch Lomond, and it's miserable. It's a big weather front that's just come right through, and it's just kind of gone all grey and yucky, and it's raining as well, which is not good for the snow. It's washing the snow away, which is really sad. So what I've decided to do is head up to Glencoe. No idea what the weather is like there. It's an hour away. What I might find is, if it is, even if it's been raining or raining up there, it'll be a bit colder, so hopefully it'll be snow. Whereas right now, as you can see, I'll jump and show you, it's just horrible, horrible sleet. So an hour to go until we get to Glencoe, and I'll just look for various places to park up there and take some shots, and hopefully this weather front will clear by the time I get up there as well. When we get to Glencoe and the weather's still like this, I am not hanging around. I'm going to head home and look at the images. Well, the sleet is slowly easing off. And what I've done, I've just pulled into a lay-by on the way up to Glencoe. I saw this tree. It's just isolated on its own there. It's a wee bit messy, the scene. There's not as much snow cover I'd kind of hoped. There's an awful lot of undergrowth that's pushing up, although there is a lot of snow. But what I've done, I've just kind of jumped into this side. Because it's still sleety and snowy outside, it's kind of a pointless exercise taking the camera out. What I'm doing here is I'm just kind of, you know, just eyeing up, and hopefully maybe there's a wee bit of light change. As you can see in the sky there, the clouds are kind of coming and going, but not really enough to highlight that tree that I'm wanting to take a picture of. But what I'll do, I'll just take a picture anyway. It is starting to brighten up a wee bit more, and then I'll head a wee bit further into Glencoe and see if conditions change, something a wee bit more favourable towards photography, because right now it's just not very nice. But I'll take a couple of shots here. I've got the 85 on, so all I'm doing is just sitting here winding down the window, taking a shot, putting the window back up again, clearing the lens, repeat, until, yeah, just waiting on that light to change.
It goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground.
Well, the weather is just not good, so I'm going to get back in the car and head home. So I think this is going to be in for the day, I'm afraid. No more shots of Glencoe until the next visit.